for our next pen video. Come on in. Let's go. Hello everybody. Larry here with Larry's Fountain Pens. I hope each and every one of you are doing well today. Today I want to talk about a couple of pens that I want to do an update on. And the name of the pens is the Cross pens. The Cross Bailey with a medium nib, and the other is the Cross Aventura, also with a medium nib. And this is the Cross Bailey. I got this at the Office Depot a few days ago, about 45 bucks. And this is the Cross Aventura medium nib as well, and I got this at Staples for $19.99. Both are pull-off caps, and if you look at the nibs are both identical. I don't know if you can see that. Maybe better there. Sorry about the camera, but that's the best I can do. Maybe if I ever strike a rich, I can update. But for right now, I can't. But anyway, both nibs are the same. Same size, they look the same. Both pens, they're a little bit different. The red one, the Aventura, the length of the pen is 5 3/4 inches, or 14.5 centimeters. So the Bailey is 5 3/8 inches, or 13.5 centimeters. And at the bottom, they both look different. As you see, that little angle comes up. And this is like a cone down there. Plastic, metal here. And if you can notice, the pen is kind of slant downwards. See the slant going kind of down. That's how the pen is shaped. If you can see in the back, notice how it slants at an angle, kind of like that maybe. I found that interesting. And the clips are a little bit different. This has kind of like an opening there where you can kind of see through it, and you can see the red body behind it. And of course the finials are a bit different. More expensive pen. And this is just a lower price pen. But both the same nibs. Interesting. And I've done some writing with these pens that I wanted to share with everybody. And as always, leave your comments below, because it's very interesting what you have to say, because we all are different and we have different opinions. Our input's totally different, but I think it's all important to see what we can come up with. I did a test on the Rhodia dot paper, and I'll show you. With the Cross Bailey pen, I put in some new ink cartridge for right now, the Cross Blue ink, and it's kind of dry. And I did the Quick Brown Fox and some swishes there, and it's kind of dry. I used the Cross Aventura, same medium nib, with the Cross Black ink, and it was more, had a wetness to it, a better flow. And as you can see, the Quick Brown Fox, the black versus the blue. So, and then I did it down here again with the Bailey and the blue ink, and then again with the black Aventura pen. So, here's what I did to change things around a bit. I brought out some different papers. Let's start with the Life paper first. And what I did with the Cross Bailey pen, I got the cartridge and I squeezed it and primed the feed more to get a better flow since I just put it in there. I noticed that the flow wasn't as good as it was when I put the black cartridge in previously. And in this one, I have the black cartridge that came with it. This one had a black cartridge that came with it. It ran out of ink this morning. And so I bought other cartridges. And they are tiny. And you can use them up pretty quick, at least I did. But I've got a cartridge converter coming up for the Bailey. And I'll have to see about this one. But anyway, I'll show you the writing I done down here a little bit, and then I'm gonna do some more writing for you and talk more about the pen, because I want to give you as much input as I possibly can. Here's the Aventura. It lays down a nice bit of black ink. That black ink works really well in either one of the pens. And it's got good flow. It's really sweet. I love the way that black comes out. Really nice. And it's got some good wetness to it. Then we'll do the Bailey, the blue, with the Cross blue ink. Now, it's got a whole lot better flow after I primed it more about 10 minutes ago. And it's got some okay wetness as well. So let's do some writing real quick, and then we can talk about the pen. And I want you to try to listen to see if you hear anything. You hear that? So, it's not scratchy, but at times it could be, well, it could be maybe a bit scratchy, but sometimes a little bit toothy, excuse me, when I go this way. Can you hear that? So let's go the other way. But it's not bad. Not bad at all. But with the black ink, it really comes out really well. I think it has a real good flow. And here's the blue ink from Cross. And here's some flow. And the blue ink's okay. It's not a dark blue, it's a lighter blue. And I think Cross has a different color blue as well. But the pen wrote really well. I like the pen very much. That's sweet. Nice. And that's just the nib and paper working together. It's not scratchy. It's not toothy, nothing. So, there you have two Cross pens, $45 and $19.99. Do I like the pens? Yes. The only thing I found out about this one when I was looking at the nib, at the times, you can barely see it, so you have to have your little eyeglass. And the times are little apart like that. But it still flows well, still writes well. And that doesn't bother me as much as that little bit of tooth when I go to the right with the pen. Kind of bothers me, but would I take it back, exchange it for another, or get my money back? No, I'm okay with it. It's fine. So, these are my two Cross pens. I've got a Cross Classic or coming in, I believe next week, and that's going to have a fine nib. I want to see how that writes. Some reviews were disappointed in it. They said that the Cross fine nib writes just like the Cross medium nib. And then I watched another person that bought a Cross pen with a fine nib, lay down the ink very nicely, and he was very pleased with it. And there was some different line variation. And on the other person that gave their comments didn't show anything, just put that down on their review of the input to Cross. So there you have these two pens. On the Cross fountain pens, this is the blue one is the Bailey medium nib, and again this is the Aventura red pen medium nib. Previously I did say it was kind of toothy, but I need to retract that statement. It's has a bit of feedback, but after writing with it for a period of time, that feedback is in a really good way. Both pens write very well on paper, no problems. And let me tell you, an ink that I found that I've taken a liking to, if you keep up with my video, first of all, I'm a blue ink kind of guy. Black ink, I'm burned out on black ink because I've used it for so long when I used to work. But I do have some samples of black ink, and I've tried, and some of them were good, some were okay, and some were not so okay. None of them really just stood out and said, buy me. The Cross black ink did that. Not only did it perform well in writing with a bit of feedback, but the Cross ink, the black, for some reason I just took a liking to it, and it just looks so nice on paper that I'm going to get me a bottle this week. Sure am. This is some good ink. The blue cartridge that comes with it, well, they both came with black, but I bought some cartridges and all they had at the store was blue. And the blue, I wasn't all that impressed with the blue, so for now I'll stay away from the cross blue ink. Who knows, maybe later I might go back to it, but for sure the cross black ink I need to get a bottle of. They're both are extremely worth having, in my opinion. This is a little heavier than this. This more metal. This is more plastic, and the clips work very well. And there's not a whole lot going on. They have a little silver going on at the top, stainless steel if you want to call it, a little band around here adjoined to the clip, and when you get down here to the band, you can't see it, but it's got some kind of indentations in here, like somebody did, you know, like up and down, like little lines, engraving or something like that, where on this one it is totally smooth, and on this one it has the cross on it, and on the blue one just cross up here on the clip. And this has cross on the clip as well. So I'm looking to see if this one has cross on the band, but it does not. At least I don't see it. This one I picked up for $44.95. This one I picked up for $19.99. Both the same nib. They both write exactly the same. Same nib, same style of writing. It's just different styles of pens. So I hope you enjoyed the presentation of the cross fountain pens. My first two ever to own. Now back in the 70s, I did own a cross 10 karat gold fill ballpoint pen. Those are slim, but we'll talk about those at another time. So this concludes the review on the cross fountain pens. I hope you enjoyed the review today and found out something interesting about these cross pens. They've been around for decades. So hit that like button and let me know that you found the review interesting, and don't forget to leave some comments down there. I don't care, you know, if they're good, bad. It's what you think about these pens, because it's all about you guys. Tell me if you like these pens. If you don't like these pens, share with me. Don't be, you know, bashful. Share your honest comments about these pens, what you honestly feel about them. And also, did this review help you to think about purchasing one of these pens, or change your mind and maybe go back to the pen, or maybe not change your mind? Remember, these aren't the slim ones, and that's for another review. So Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so that way you're notified when I post other reviews. And I hope you tell your friends, spread the word about Larry's fountain pens, and have them join Larry's fountain pens army, because I'm serious. I want fountain pens to be spread all over the world. We have to keep fountain pens alive. They're making a comeback. How big of a comeback, I don't really know. I don't think anybody really has any stats on how many fountain pens are sold today. It doesn't make any difference what brand, cost, just fountain pens in general. But that's my goal. If you love fountain pens, share your love to each and every one you see. Thank you. Be safe. And please don't forget, don't text and drive. It's dangerous.